Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our new chapter of English 1, Unit 3, Nasruddin's Aim. Nasruddin's Aim. One day, Nasruddin was chatting with his friends. He began to boast, "No one can match my skill in archery. I string the bow, take aim, and shoot the arrow. Whoosh! The arrow is sure to hit right on target." So, children, this story is about a man named Nasruddin. Understood? This story is about a man whose name is Nasruddin. So, one day Nasruddin was chatting with his friends. Chatting means casually talking to his friends. So, he was chatting with his friends and he was saying that he is very good archer. Archery is a game, or you can say an art of shooting which requires bows and arrows. So he says he is very good in archery and he takes the aim and shoot an arrow directly hit the target. Hearing this, one of his friends immediately brought a bow and some arrows. Giving them to Nasruddin, he said, "Here, Nasruddin, take this bow and arrows." Then pointing towards a target, he said, "Aim at that target and shoot an arrow." Here, Nasruddin's friends were also very smart. So, for checking the ability of Nasruddin in archery, one of his friends immediately brought a bow and some arrows, and he gave it to Nasruddin and asked him to prove himself. He asked Nasruddin to show his skills in archery right now in front of everyone. Nasruddin held the bow in his hands, strung it, aimed at the target and shot an arrow. Ooh! The arrow did not hit the target. Instead, it fell down somewhere in the middle. Ha 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 ha! His friend started laughing. They said, "Hey Nasruddin, is this your best aim?" Here, Nasruddin aimed the arrow on the target, but he failed to hit the target. Even that arrow did not touch the target and it fell down in the middle. That was the first chance to hit the target, but it failed. So now his friends started laughing on him. They started making fun of Nasruddin by asking him that, "Oh Nasruddin, it must be your best shot. It is your best shot, Nasruddin." So they started making fun of Nasruddin. "Oh no, not at all," said Nasruddin, defending himself. "This was not my aim. It was Azad's aim. I just showed you how Azad shots an arrow." Saying this, Nasruddin picked up another arrow. Once again, he strung the bow, aimed at the target and shot the arrow. This time, the arrow fell a little further from where it had fallen before. Now here, Nasruddin did not accept his defeat. Instead, he started to protect himself from his friend who was making fun of him. He blamed his friend Azad for his own fault so that nobody will laugh on him. He said to his friend that it was not my aim. It was Azad's aim. I just here to show that how Azad shot an arrow. It was not my aim. It was not an my arrow, my shot. It was only I just show you that how Azad shots. So it was not my aim. And now again he started and tried for the second time. But this time his arrow failed to hit the target again. However, this time his arrow failed to near to the target, although it was a better shot than before. But he failed second time also. But it certainly did not hit the target. They asked Nasruddin, and this must be how you shoot an arrow? Of course not, argued Nasruddin. Even this aim was not mine. It was the chief guard's aim. As Nasruddin did not hit the target, so again his friend started laugh on him and asked him that this must be your best aim, Nasruddin. But again Nasruddin did not accept his defeat and started blaming someone else so that his friends will not make fun of him. So he said that no, this was also not mine. This was not my aim. This was the chief guard's aim. This was not my aim. So students, the person who started blaming others for their own fault, they become irresponsible and dishonest human being. Now, somebody remarked, well, now who is next on the list? Hearing this, all the friends burst out laughing. Nasruddin did not say a word. He quietly picked up one more arrow and again. And this time Nasruddin was really lucky. The arrow hit right on the target. Because Nasruddin was continuously blaming others for his own fault, so his friends started guessing that who will be the next one, on which Nasruddin will put the blame of his own defeat. So everyone was laughed on Nasruddin, but Nasruddin will not say a single word. Instead of arguing with his friends, Nasruddin thought to try once again. So he picked up the bow and aimed at the target with his arrow. And this time, what happened? This time he succeeded. Nasruddin succeeded to hit on the target. Everybody stared at Nasruddin, their mouths agape in amazement. Before anyone could say anything, Nasruddin said triumphantly, "Did you see that? It was my aim." As Nasruddin hit the target, so everyone was shocked as his arrow really hit on the target. And by seeing that, they were very much surprised and their mouths were open. So nobody could say anything. And before anyone could say, Nasruddin said triumphantly. Triumphantly means with a victorious feeling, or you can say proud feeling. So Nasruddin said with a proud feeling Did you see that? It was my aim. Is it okay? It is my aim. That was the my aim. So students, this is the story of Nasruddin's aim. So students, do you think Nasruddin was actually good in archery? No. Yes, no. He was not good in archery. Instead, he shot the aim by chance. So, children, what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story, we should always accept our faults and try to be honest and responsible for ourselves. Also, we have seen that Nasruddin's aim was improving with every shot. That means concentration and practice makes a man perfect. I hope you understood the story Nasruddin's aim. Here there is a new words with meaning for you. And children, you have to write down these new words in your notebook. So let's start. First is chatting. Chatting means talking in a friendly way. Next, archery means shooting with a bow and arrow. String means a thin thread tied in the bow. Next is target. Its meaning aim of an attack. Next, defending means protection from some harm. Next, amazement. Its meaning a feeling of great surprise. The next is triumphantly, meaning celebrating victory. Children, this is a make sentence. Here are some words. By using these words, you have to make a sentence. Here I will give you an example, but this is your homework and you have to make this sentence by yourselves. So look here. First is target, and the sentence is the arrow is sure to hit right on target. Now second, defending. So the sentence is Nasruddin defending himself by taking someone else's name. Is it okay? Chatting. Sentence, Nasruddin was chatting with his friends. And then last is immediately. Immediately means suddenly. And the sentence is Nasruddin's friends immediately brought a bow and some arrows. So is it okay? This is a very simple thing and you have to make this sentence by yourself and in your own words. Is it okay? So please try. You have to make this sentence by yourself and you have to write down in your notebook. There is an exercise on page number 50, Marigold book, word building. Page number 50, word building. Shoot the arrow and hit the target by matching the words with their correct meanings. So in this exercise, you have to match the words with their correct meanings. So you have to learn. I have already told you the meanings of the new words. So first of all, you have to learn all the meanings. After that, you can solve this exercise by yourselves. I will give you an example. Chatting. Chatting means talking informally. Talking informally. So you have to match chatting with talking informally. Is it okay? Page number 51. Replace the bold words with a word from the queer and rewrite the sentence. In this exercise, there are some words which are in a bold. So you have to replace these words and choose the right word from the queer and write down here. Just example, in no time she hit the object she aimed at. The bold words are object she aimed at, meaning target. So you have to rewrite in no time she hit the target. Simple. So please try to do by yourself. And next, this is a picture of Rahul Gupta. Using the clues given, write a paragraph about in your notebook. So children, this is called the picture description. Whenever there is a picture and there are some images there, so you have to make a paragraph by seeing the picture. So here are some clues. Look at the next page. Clues: Indian cricket, 8 hours, practices, eats healthy food, runs 2 kilometers every day, batsman. Here I will make a paragraph for you. Rahul Gupta is an Indian cricketer. Next, he practices for 8 hours daily. He eats healthy food and runs 2 kilometers every day. He is a good batsman. So, you observe that all the clues are here in a paragraph. So, you can make a paragraph by your own words. It's not necessary that you will copy this paragraph. You can make a paragraph by your own words. Now, look at the next exercise, page number 52. This is Rajiv's family. They are a healthy family. See what each one does to remain healthy. So children, here are some images or pictures like father, mother, Sita, grandpa, grandma and Rajiv. And this is a picture of a healthy family. And look and observe what each one does to remain healthy. And there is an exercise also which is based on these pictures. Look at the page number 53. Use the words and or but and make as many sentences as you can about Rajiv's family. So by using the words and or but, you have to make sentences. Do you remember? I have already told you about and or but in our previous video, that is based on conjunctions. And or but are conjunctions. So we will use and or but, and by using and or but we will use new sentences. Look at the example. Grandpa and grandma get up early in the morning. Grandpa is walking but Rajiv is jogging. Next, his father and grandpa are healthy. Next, Sita is skipping but Rajiv is running. Is it okay? Now, you have to make sentences by yourselves by using and or but. So, this is also your homework, and do this homework by yourself. Is it okay? Now, next, page number 54. Let's play. Fill in the grid with words given below. You can use one word more than once. There are some words: stick, bat ball, 11, table, racket, ball, football, stadium, 2, 2, 4 and ground. And there is also a grid. And there is a name of the game, what you play with, where you play it, numbers of players. So by using these words, you have to fill this grid. And you can use one word more than once time. So look at the example. Cricket. Cricket, what you play with? Do you play cricket? What do you use in a cricket? Bat, ball. And where you play it? Stadium. There is a word stadium. Number of players, how many players in a cricket team? 11. So we will write down 11. Okay, next game is hockey. And hockey, do you know? What will we use in a hockey? Stick. And where you play it? Ground. And number of players? 16. Next, table tennis and football. So you have to use these words and done this exercise by yourself. And second exercise is also related with this grid. Read. Using the information in the grid, write a sentence about each game. One has been done for you. First is, cricket is an outdoor game. Outdoor game means we will play outside of from the house. So this is an outdoor game. We play it with a bat and ball. With a bat and ball, na, we will play cricket with bat and ball. So, and there are 11 players in this game. So, in a grid, we will use all the words. And by using these words, we make a sentence. Just like hockey. Hockey is an outdoor game. We will also play hockey from the outside from the house. And the next, we play it with a stick. And there are 16 players in this game. So here are exercise C and D. You have to solve this by yourselves. Is it okay? Now next, page number 54. Let's play. Fill in the grid with words given below. You can use one word more than once. There are some words: stick, bat ball, 11, table, racket, ball, football, stadium, 2, 2, 4 and ground. And there is also a grid. And there is a name of the game, what you play with, where you play it, numbers of players. So by using these words, you have to fill this grid. And you can use one word more than once time. So look at the example. Cricket. Cricket, what you play with? Do you play cricket? What do you use in a cricket? Bat, ball. And where you play it? Stadium. There is a word stadium. Number of players, how many players in a cricket team? 11. So we will write down 11. Okay, next game is hockey. And hockey, do you know? What will we use in a hockey? Stick. And where you play it? Ground. And number of players? 16. Next, table tennis and football. So you have to use these words and done this exercise by yourself. And second exercise is also related with this grid. Read. Using the information in the grid, write a sentence about each game. One has been done for you. First is, cricket is an outdoor game. Outdoor game means we will play outside of from the house. So this is an outdoor game. We play it with a bat and ball. With a bat and ball, na, we will play cricket with bat and ball. So, and there are 11 players in this game. So, in a grid, we will use all the words. And by using these words, we make a sentence. Just like hockey. Hockey is an outdoor game. We will also play hockey from the outside from the house. And the next, we play it with a stick. And there are 16 players in this game. So here are exercise C and D. You have to solve this by yourselves. Is it okay? Now there is another exercise is on page number 55. The following words are used in various sports. List them under the sport that they are used in. Googly, goal, LBW, penalty, free kick, penalty, corner. So students, there are some words which are related to various sports. So you have to use these words according to their sports, like hockey, free kick and penalty corner. Next, cricket. The words googly, LBW, and football, goal, penalty. So children, this is your chapter Nasruddin's aim. I hope you have understood this chapter. Thank you for watching this video.